All right, so moving along to the most fun part of the meeting, which is the speakers. And we have 1, 2, 3 speakers! Whether I was going to be a count or a magician this week. Section number 2 from the Competent Communicator Manual. The title again is...
You better recognize.
You better recognize. You got to say it like that.
Yeah.
The objectives are to select an appropriate outline which allows listeners to easily follow, understand your speech, make your message clear with supporting materials directly contributing to that message, use appropriate transitions when moving from one idea to another, and create a strong opening and conclusion. And the speech will be 5 to 7 minutes long. Without no further ado, Sharon.
Everybody got their hand out? Yeah. Okay. Weight is the #1 problem that affects our future. 35% of Floridians are at a healthy weight. 65% of Floridians are at an unhealthy weight. This one I can't believe. 1 in 3 kids are overweight or obese. In 20 years, we will have 2 million new cases of diabetes caused by obesity, 6 million new cases of heart disease and stroke caused by obesity. In 20 years, the cost to take care of those people will be over $340 billion here in the state of Florida alone. Wow. Bonnie probably sounds yes, okay. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, tonight I'm here to tell it like it is. We need to recognize this is no joke. Let's consider why are we in this predicament? Okay, today we live in a supersized world. As you look at the sheet, back in the day in the 70s, a hamburger was 1 ounce. A large soda was only 8 ounces. What's the size of a large soda now? 32 ounces. And we consume all that in one sitting. Okay, what we need to do is stop eating ourselves to death. We need to get up off the couch and let's do something about this problem. On ABC News Nightline, they interviewed the owner of a grill. It was called a heart attack grill. Okay, this heart attack, I don't know whether anybody heard about this heart attack grill. I mean, can you believe it? 6,000 calories, 1 hamburger, 6,000 calories, and it's called the triple bypass. Flat line of fries that's made out of pure lard. Milkshakes that they say is the highest butterfat content. And people go in, they put on Johnny Coke, and the waitresses are nurses. Now, if you don't finish your food, you get a spanking. Can you believe that? And I pulled it up on the computer, and I couldn't believe the people. It's like they're taking it as a joke. Believe it or not, they had 3 people that actually had heart attacks in the restaurant. They also had 2 that actually died. Earlier this year, the spokesperson, who was like over 600 pounds, and he was only 29, he died from a heart attack. We need to recognize, we're taking this as a joke. I mean, we got some people that try and eat healthy, but we are taking this as a joke, especially for our little children. Another reason why we have this problem is if you go up and down Okeechobee, count how many fast food restaurants are there. There's so many fast food restaurants because we depend on fast food. I mean, even myself, it's fast food Tuesdays for me. Because by the time I finish working, by the time, I come to the meeting, I'm tired. I'm not cooking. But a home-cooked meal, we've gone away from that. We live a very fast-paced life. And we need to go back to cooking more at home. Also, television. If you sit down on a Saturday afternoon and watch how many food commercials are on television, you can't believe it. And what it does, it affects our mind and our appetite. Because many times when I see that Red Lobster commercial, I'm like, I think maybe, we'll go out to eat tonight. Commercials like McDonald's. Our children, nowadays, they love, that's the first thing they talk about is McDonald's. I was in McDonald's the other day and I saw a mom give a little baby some French fries, and the child was only about 6 or 7 months. And that baby gummed, probably didn't have any teeth. He gummed that French fry and sucked on that fry. And then when he finished, he cried for another one. I wanted to tell the mom, wake up. This child's first full sentence will probably be, Mommy, take me to McDonald's. I want a Happy Meal. I mean, we need to really wake up. We need to recognize. Also, it costs very expensive. It's very expensive to eat healthy. This is what our young people are eating now. College kids that don't have the money, they're living off things like this. You can get this for $1. This is a day's meal. And it's sad. All Dr. Oz have to do is mention one item and the price of it goes up. That's another problem, that it's very expensive to eat a good meal. Just bear with me. In conclusion, we better recognize that weight is the #1 public health threat that challenges our future. That 1 in 3 kids are considered to be overweight or obese. And in 20 years, these will be the same kids with heart disease, diabetes, and stroke. Today, the life expectancy of our children will be less than our own. That we will probably outlive a lot of our children. What can we do? What we can do is turn back the hands of time. Let's go back to the 70s when we had the 1-ounce hamburgers and the 8-ounce drinks. Also, in the back, when you go to the movies, remember the little boxes of popcorn? You see how they've grown? But let's go back. We need to go back to the hands of time and eat smaller portions, eating less calories, exercising. These are the things that we need to do. Now, I challenge you to get off that couch and stop eating yourself to death. Also, I got some information. Choose my plate. I want everybody to take one. Shake his hand. Thank you.
Quite frankly, honestly, I'm just looking forward to you speaking more often because it's been a while since your first
It has, and I noticed that it made me more nervous because then if I would have just jumped into it after the first one, I probably...
That's great. I'm glad to hear that. We'll schedule you for next week.
No.
I've been off ramen noodles for like a year in California.
Exactly.
High sodium through the roof. Blood pressure. Anyway, that was an awesome speech.